Hello, everyone. Hello, this is Jiggy1 Kenobi, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a subject that at one point was hush hush, but is now mainstream, is paranormal. Now, paranormal is covers different things from ghosts, demons, cryptids. Basically, it's unknown. And I am actually an investigator, and I've seen some crazy crap. And I've also helped a few people along the way. My thoughts on it, one of the main questions is, are ghosts and spirits the same thing? Yes, I would say, in my opinion, they are the exact same thing, but a lot of people have their own opinions on it. And the one thing about the paranormal field is there are absolutely no experts in this field. Now, there are some people who do know a little bit more than others, but there really are no experts in this field because none of us have the answers to every single question about the paranormal. Basically, a 20-year veteran is knows about the same as a rookie. I mean, we just have no way of knowing if we are right or not until we go on to the other side. Now, I use a PSP7 Spirit Box. It scans the radio frequencies at a very fast rate, and supposedly it creates white noise, and spirits can manipulate the white noise to speak. Now, a lot of people, they scan at 150 milliseconds to about 200 milliseconds. At that point, you can still pick up a radio voice. You can hear maybe one or two words, and I usually go at 100 milliseconds to where everything just sounds like garbled gibberish. So if I hear a voice, especially a voice answering my question, I know it's not radio. Because if I say, is anyone here, I'm sure there's a radio DJ out there somewhere saying, I'm here, I'm here. No, not going to happen. It is very hard to capture these spirits on camera. One of the things you do see a lot is orbs. Now, orbs, that's probably the most controversial subject in the paranormal field. I am not a believer in orbs, although there are about, I'd say 5% of orbs are unknown, but 95% can be counted as dust, light reflections, sun glare, just a bunch of different things. So I'm not necessarily on board. Now, I have seen examples of odd unknown orbs where there's no way it's dust, or they have a very odd flight pattern. And I know it's not a bug because bugs, some of them you can tell wings, and some others you can just tell. And I've seen some that don't look like bugs and they don't look like dust. So I don't know. One of the more known talk about is demonic entities, because you have all these Hollywood movies and crap like that. Always everything is demons now. That's basically all it is to Hollywood, is demons. They never really focus on any of the residual haunts, different stuff like that. It's always poltergeist and demons. And I've kind of experienced a demonic entity before. I have been scratched. I've felt being hit and stuff like that. I have seen objects move and stuff like that, but I've never really come full force like the Warrens with in full demonic entity. And I was giving a reference to Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous ghost hunters. But yeah, all you really need to go out and ghost hunt is a voice recorder. You can pick them up usually at Walmart for like 15, 20 bucks. And just a camcorder, and it should have night vision, and it would be even better if it had infrared. And all you do is just go out to a place. It could be anywhere. You can capture EVPs and spirit voices anywhere. And you could either go inside and say, is anyone here? Wait a little bit, because it usually does take a while, because when you aren't doing anything for years and years, and one day all of a sudden you start speaking to them, they're going to be like, what the heck is he doing? And it'll take them a while to get warmed up, kind of like when a new toy is around to a little kid. They're going to be like, what is this? And they're going to look at it for a while, and then after a while they'll start playing with it. That's how it is with spirits. because remember, they were people at some point. And yeah, sometimes you can get really cool responses, sometimes really bad responses. You just have to be careful in this field because bad things can happen. Probably the worst is you die somehow. But a lot of the accidents that happen in paranormal investigations is through people's own stupidity. And you have to know, like if you're going in an old sanatorium that's 200 years old and you know the ground is about to fall out beneath you and you might fall down to the middle of the earth, you just got to be careful. Make sure that if anyone starts feeling uncomfortable, you say, all right, what's wrong? And you get the person out of there until they're comfortable going back in there. Now, me, I use a very basic and cheap kit. Most people now, they have these big mounted IR cameras and a whole bunch of thermal imaging. All that stuff's good, but sometimes it's better to go back to the old style. Just have an old tape recorder or a voice recorder and a camcorder and a camera. It's better to have a digital camera and just ask questions. I use a K2 meter, and I have seen it move very freakily. I just invented that word. Anyway, I use a motion detector. I use a laser grid, which I think is ineffective. It's not good at all. I use EVP recorder. I have two of them. One is an Olympus, and I can't remember the other one. I do have a camcorder, but it doesn't have night shot. Let's see. I use night vision goggles with infrared, and it is pretty cool. I've seen some cool things with it. Not any spirits or anything, but it can pick up some cool things. And of course, I do have a mounted head cam, which helps. And it doesn't, like when I'm doing spirit box sessions, I don't have to hold the camera while looking around. I can just have it on my head so I have two free hands in case something happens. And yeah, that's pretty much it for equipment. Before you go out to a location, it is good to start in a place like a cemetery. Now, you have to know some states, I believe, they don't let you go into cemeteries after dark. So you have to check there, make sure you have permission. And if you're going to a location where there's supposedly haunted activity, the first thing you do, and it's the very most important thing, is do research. Research is so important on investigations, it isn't even funny. Especially that helps with battlefields, sanatoriums, and plus you learn something new. Always learn about the location because you might find out something someone didn't know. And also when you ask questions, you can target certain people. And if those people respond to you, then that's just icing on the cake. That's one of the coolest experiences, to have someone you're looking for respond. And there are different places you can really, like I said, investigate anywhere. If you aren't comfortable investigating in your own home, then don't do it. At any time you are uncomfortable, you or a friend are uncomfortable during an investigation or just a session, stop and tell the spirits, always either when you're uncomfortable or when you're done with the session, thank you for your time. It was an honor talking to you. As of now, the door is shut. I want to be left alone, and you are not allowed to speak until next time. Thank you and good night. You always treat spirits with respect. Do not go there like your ghost lab, yelling at them, daring them to come out, because something bad will happen. You're just pissing them off. And a lot of times, if you notice in real life, if you piss someone off, they're either going to get really angry and punch you the next Tuesday, or they're just going to leave and they won't talk and they'll never talk to you. So you got to show them respect. That's really important, because also it makes you look bad in front of everyone else if you are disrespectful to a spirit. Well, that about covers the basics of it. I do believe in spirits. I do believe in heaven. I do believe in all that stuff. So if you all have any questions, just type it in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll probably do some more here soon. But thank you all for watching, and goodbye.